starting off on Archipelago here.
We are indeed, and neither of these players are strangers to water maps. Both of them enjoying it quite a bit. MarineLorD himself actually really enjoying Holy Island from what I've seen. Seems to pick it in virtually every draft that he can. Probably quite confident in his multitasking skills because the map is known for being notoriously difficult to play. Even at the top level, of course, you simply cannot be 100% on both land and water. Something will give a little bit. But MarineLorD, known for not only his speed but also his accuracy, is quite comfortable there. Archipelago, though, is the first map. Definitely a bigger focus on water, but there have been plenty of shenanigans with transport ships, and B is likely to employ such tactics, but MarineLorD very well could as well. It is French, after all, for B here, so get value from that school of cavalry. You will need a transport ship.
Absolutely, and you do, of course, have these types of options. That much is for sure. Something that you probably won't be seeing here is the Chamber of Commerce. Because why? And yeah, so it's gonna be. Wait a I was thinking for a second it's B, right? What if he dropped the age up on MarineLord's side? Would he do that?
I feel
like that's a little bit much.
I wouldn't put it past him. You know, in fact, I think if it was the case that traders that go towards a trade post, let's say that's inaccessible except by water, let's say, if you could put them in transport ships and deliver them to the trade post that way and then bring them back to the transport ship, he would 100% do that. He would 100% do that, as turns out that maybe it actually could be possible. Who knows? We might see it here.
We don't have a market. Maybe you put them, like, use the opponent's docks as a market, because docks actually do act as a market.
That is 100 head right there. Whether that's the case, we'll have to see. But it is B of Clan 3D here in the color green, spawning in the western side of the map, facing MarineLorD of Gentlemates in his favorite color pink, as the Holy Roman Empire spawning on that southern island there. And indeed, as you mentioned, Crackety, what a matchup here indeed. Two very opposing styles going to clash here between these two. The opening here is going to be pretty standard, of course, for Archipelago. It's going to be a good investment into fishing ships here from either player. French get the nice little bonus. Of course, each one of their docks is also a house. So theoretically, they are 50 wood cheaper than regular docks. Meanwhile, the MarineLorD, the prelate-inspired economy is going to give him a significant gathering rate boost as well.
It's very interesting, like, you mentioned it earlier, how MarineLorD is just a very, I want to say, like, basic player when it comes to the strategies. Like, a very much meta player. He doesn't really do anything out of the ordinary, but he does the ordinary with extraordinary precision. And that's typically why he's considered one of, if not the best player in Age of Empires 4 at the moment. He picks HRE here on Archipelago, and I feel like HRE has kind of lost their crown a little bit when it comes to, like, being the de facto one of the best water civilizations in the game. Just because of a lot of other civilizations that have come out, or a lot of other playstyles that have emerged that seem a lot stronger, like Juji on water. You get, like, English with Admiralty on water, or Order of the Dragon, which always has the bonus on their villagers, not just when the Prelate Inspiration is nearby. This is interesting to see that he's picking the HRE here instead, but obviously, like, still a very, very strong civilization overall. It's just that with the way Archipelago as a map has evolved overall, at most you're going to get one wood line in range of the Archon. Even then, probably not all of the wood line is going to be in range of the Archon.
Yeah, you're undoubtedly right. I mean, in the past, Holy Roman Empire was one of the big three on water, right up there with Rus and China. I mean, Rus was a cut above the rest, of course, but they were one to fare. Nowadays, I would say they're still in the upper echelon, right? Outside of, naturally, KT has taken the undeniable #1 spot on water. But HRE is still very, very solid, right? As you mentioned, plenty of new civilizations and deviations in map design have caused them to lose a little bit of value. The Archon nerf as well, being now 35% instead of the previous 40. hurts them a little bit. And of course, when that Aachen does run out, really the only bonus they have is the Predator Inspiration, if they do decide to produce them, and the extra carry capacity that is innate to their civilization. Not significant bonuses, but that early injection of economy with the Aachen Chapel still results in some very brutal timings when it comes to ship production, which will undoubtedly be exploited by him here. But I've noticed that he does really still enjoy HRE on Archipelago in particular, but also Holy Island. I've seen him play them, so it's a prudent choice still, I think. I mean, I can't quite remember the draft yet. We'll have a look after the game to theorize about it, but although it's not the best pick anymore, it will do well.
Yeah, for sure. We do take a little look here at the draft as well. Other civilization. I mean, MarineLorD did have Order of the Dragon as a choice for him. Wait, is that intentional that we see the draft here right now?
I'm not too sure. It is in fact a little bit. I think it might be just revert. No, actually it is. Yeah, so he does have Order of the Dragon. You can never be sure. Well. Yeah. I mean, Order of the Dragon, theoretically speaking, is actually better than HRE nowadays on water maps, right? I mean, I'm not sure of the maths exactly, but is it 15 or 20%? I can't remember what their Aachen is, but it works out to be pretty much the same as the 35% for the HRE in terms of the bonus to their stronger villages, if I'm not mistaken.
It's actually more nowadays because it's a full 15% bonus on them, and with 28%, you're looking at 43 compared to 35% bonus gather speed.
And on top of it, right, once the Aachen does run out, they are still really strong villages, right? So once the Aachen does run out for both civs, Order of the Dragon is just superior in terms of HRE economically speaking from then on out, unless there's been a decent bit of Predator production behind it for the HRE as well. But then they sacrifice villages if they're not yet in the Castle Age. It looks like B has prioritized slightly heavier investment into fishing ships. Although as I say that, I remember that they have faster villager production, so that might not be the case. MarineLorD, however, will be up first, and yeah, looks like we do have the Chamber of Commerce on a map with no trading posts whatsoever, by the way.
You know, you say that now, but we talked about it. There's only one way for those traders to, you know, collect something, and that is by transporting them over to your opponent's side and trading with their dog. Okay, never mind.
Okay, well, so much for that, I guess. It's
just a market.
It's a psychological power move, okay? I'm pretty sure if B could give, like, MarineLorD just, like, you know, just like a second of map hack just to see him delete that trader, he would. He undoubtedly would. That is the kind of player B is, I would say. But MarineLorD does have the galley out now. Sprinkled ship about to finish as well. Second in production now. Does seem to be a little bit behind here and is going to get pushed off of that left and deep sea fish. Is forced to idle half of his fishing eco as a result of it. Decent damage as a result of this 4B.
MarineLorD, look at that. He's immediately getting the water upgrade. So is B, though. And you know what he's going to get with that? More traders that he could delete or maybe transport over. Maybe. I think he only deleted the first one because he was pop capped and he needed to get the ship out. I don't think... Never mind, I just heard another deletion sound.
He's actually just
he's actually just deleting them. Yeah. Another one.
You have to question this, right? Like, I mean, sure, it's not easy to afford a transport ship and a knight to bring across the island, but surely there's more value than this.
B is just saying no to capitalism right there.
That's true indeed. As we see B with the triple springboard ship out now, but so does MarineLorD, who now has his first demo in queue. Surprising to see B not prioritizing the demos yet, as demos on this map in particular compared to Holy Island hold way more value due to the short distance between the players. And of course, the stealth brushes on the water can be very, very scary if you push into or out of.
Oh, B, he's starting to push in a little bit further forward. Hasn't lost his sprinkled ship yet. Now we're also seeing some demos on his side in production. I mean, it's always still nice having that market because you're constantly able to trade out resources. That is something that MarineLorD just straight up doesn't really have the option of doing. He could, in theory, make his own market and trade out resources. But it's not that great. Yeah, we do see the worker kills here, just courtesy of the deleting some traders every now and then. It does get counted by the UI as a kill for reasons. Yeah, at the moment, he actually has a reasonably large military lead in war at the moment.
Yes,
I mean, this is the great
the,
thing.
Yeah, I think how the fishing ships there for MarineLorD pays real dividends so early on. And I mean, the French eco on water nowadays is not to be underestimated, right? You save so much wood with the docks. Of course, wheelbarrow we saw coming in during the age up 4B. And now specialized pick on the way for him as well. All of these upgrades are cheaper. Of course, the extended fishing lines for the fishing ships is also cheaper for the French here. Looks like B is being very aggressive, but there's a demo there from MarineLorD. Going to connect and deal significant damage.
It's a connection. That is so big. Yeah. B though, he also is saving quite a lot of food because these aren't Springle chips. These aren't hulks that he's making. He is making Warhawks instead. It's difficult to pronounce sometimes, but yeah, the Warhawk does cost less food overall. Now a fight is being taken. I don't think MarineLorD has enough of a lead yet, though. And indeed, he does realize, okay, he's overstepped here just a little bit. Only one archer ship for him at the moment. And now B has got plenty of demo ships to play with.
Yeah, you do have to be so careful in these positions as MarineLorD. Sure, you have a bit of a lead here in Springle chips, which is always very, very good to have on water maps. But the demo count from B is building steadily, and there's still only one archer ship, like you mentioned. For MarineLorD, you have to be very careful in this position. Another Springle ship there falls for B, so MarineLorD only extending his lead further here. He's going to get now more demos of his own, more archer ships of his own as well.
Behind this, it feels like he's kind of playing with the thought of potentially going for an age up soon. Or maybe he just doesn't have enough wood income at the moment, as MarineLorD does have 300 more wood per minute than he does. But maybe he could actually go for an age up. Guildhall is a fearsome landmark, to say the least. And if he goes for like an age up with this much military force, I don't think MarineLorD could immediately punish it. And without punishing it, as soon as he gets like one upgrade in, this could be quite big. Wraparound though from the demo ships on both sides. And he's getting a lot of damage in! Massive, massive connections here from B. He loses a lot of his own ships as well though. But the damage has been done. Actually, it's not that much. It's fine. It's fine. He lost the archer ships. If he didn't like throw away the archer ships, it would have been a lot better. But it's still good. Still good.
Yeah, he closed the destroyed value a decent bit there. I mean, of course, the demos, as they detonate, they immediately count for the destroyed value of the opponent, so that can be a little bit deceptive on these water maps, but overall, definitely a favorable trade there for B by a little bit. But as you mentioned, those archer ships going forward that way did feel just a little bit wasteful. Might have been a slight misclick there from B potentially. But now, for the first time in this game, he has taken the lead in terms of Springle ships, or Warcogs in his case. And as you mentioned, they are a little bit cheaper for him. So definitely significant to have a lead here in this case. Now MarineLorD consolidating his navy further. More galleys, more Springle ships. Typically MarineLorD is...
massive amount of food that you save on those Warcogs.
It's big, isn't it? It's pretty significant.
Yeah. 35 food per.
Quite interesting, because MarineLorD is one of those players... I've heard about him speak about this before. There's essentially two real styles to playing water maps. You either go demo heavy or Springle ship heavy, and he does favor the Springles himself, as we can see that manifested here. But B has the extra demos and the additional Springle ships in this case, so not looking great for MarineLorD in that regard, as his left-hand dock is under threat now. He did send some galleys in anticipation of the demo ships, which now creep in from behind. Very forced to look at all sides here. This choke point is good for him, however. It makes it way easier to control the pathing of B's demos.
Ooh, demo ship. There's a lot of trade outs happening here at the moment. The fight in the end wasn't that great though for B. Lost a lot of value there. But he does still have that market. In theory, he could sell food and get a lot more demo ships out as well. we're now at the point as well where players are going to have to start thinking about transitioning to the other islands.
Yeah, that's always a difficult point in the game here. We see how quickly MarineLorD mined out his wood line. That's the Arkan Chapel, of course, and the innate boosted economy for the HRE. Now forced to move out, and this could be a pivotal time to move out. He has a decent bit of a bank saved up behind this. The demos move in from B, but MarineLorD does a great job in kiting so far.
Oh, it's a turnaround though. It's a pincer. It's a pincer move.
From the back.
Oh, it's Springle chips.
Yeah.
Unexpected. More demos coming in potentially as well.
He was looking potentially to pick off the galleys from MarineLorD behind that he was keeping safe. Of course, 4 Springle chips are able to one-shot a galley. And Regulus Cathedral on the way for MarineLorD whilst fighting on water. How does he do it?
And B, it doesn't feel like he's got enough units here in order to close this out now. He is continuously reinvesting into the demo ship. It's kicking down so quickly. The destruction value is just not even remotely close here at the moment. There's no demos at the front line at all. He can't keep trading out like this.
No.
It's so difficult as well. Next to the docks, if there's a demo popping out, you've got barely any reaction time.
Exactly. He managed to take out that leftmost dock, but MarineLorD did reconsolidate soon afterwards with additional docks, and he still hasn't moved out onto an additional island. B hasn't. See, the villagers are now chopping the straggler little forests that are also on the home islands for the players, and B gets the dire news as the age up is in for MarineLorD. Springald crews in immediately for him. That will give his Springald ships an additional little Springald attack.
And
Does less damage than the main one. Oh, excuse me.
It's the one, yeah. It's you were thinking of the cannon one.
Yes, I was, yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
So more range, more attack speed as well. Basically, at that point in time, it's impossible to win the trades with the Springle ships, and we're also getting the AoE upgrade for the demo ships right behind as well. Once that comes in, it's so difficult to take these fights. He's definitely forced into it now. He's trading out demo ships for fishing ships. That's not what you want to do. Demo ships here also potentially finding prey as well.
Maybe the
Transport ship. Just as a tank at the front line. This is not good at the moment for B. He's losing control.
It's slipping out of control, right? I mean, normally demos for fishing ships can be worth it, but trading out 3, I mean, you only need 2 to actually destroy the fishing ships. But he's split on all sides here, B. A lot of his Springald ships are low HP, and now MarineLorD not only has the tech advantage, but also the count advantage in ships. And it is slowly slipping away here from B. He has one good push in him left. Few demos trying to wrap around the back, I think. Looks like they are in position. Yeah, there's one demo, but it gets sniped out instantly by MarineLorD. He's not going to allow any kind of flanking maneuvers, and B, it's just a matter of time, really. MarineLorD fully producing. He's also secured on the secondary island. He's just ahead in every way.
Relics put inside of the dock now as well. It's gonna be even more attack speed. It's the last death throws here now that are coming in from him. There's still 3 archer ships here, enough to take care of all of these demo ships that he is sending forward. He is maybe getting 1 or 2 slight connects in. It doesn't feel like it's enough. The Springle ship count is even, but you need to be ahead.
Yeah, that was a pretty significant connection there on the demo, but as you mentioned, it's just a little bit too little too late. And you can see, I mean, the villagers, they don't even have space to gather from these singular trees. Finally, the move out is happening at a critical point, and B almost has enough to age up here, but is he going to even have the eco to really get any upgrades after this? I don't think so.
Should have enough. Like, it's not expensive for him. Long guns doesn't. Wait a second. There's still hope. There's a special ship. Don't look at long guns. Look at the ship. Look at the Gallia, or Galas, or however you want to pronounce it. It does have a double S there at the end. This ship, pretty insane. It's pretty strong. It is genuinely pretty strong.
It's true.
Is it enough? Oh my god. Landsknechte drop.
Oh no. Not the Landsknecht drop. It looks like that's on the cooking table here for MarineLorD in the kitchen. The galley is indeed a very potent ship in the Castle Age. I mean, French, besides Ottomans being the only ones with a unique ship in the Castle Age that they can employ here. And of course they are way, way stronger than those Springboard ships, but way more expensive as well. Boarding them is going to be a tough task here for B. He has his own Springboard crews coming in here, giving his ships additional damage and range. Now also placing a tower on that island. Only a bit suspicious of a counterattack here from MarineLorD on land. That Spearman also in production for him.
Looks like he is gonna go with Prelate as well as the Landsknechte there. So not just wants to do some damage, but also secure the relic from B there. But B, he wasn't born yesterday. He's sending his entire naval fleet over there, so as soon as that ship's getting dropped there, he's gonna be ready for it. MarineLorD, 1700 wood per minute right now. That'd be quite healthy.
Yeah, that's very, very significant for him. 2 prelates. He's going to be able to essentially heal that Landsknecht, right?
Oh. Yeah, he just wants to steal the relics here. He can heal him. You can just heal the Landsknecht.
Oh no. Can he like out-heal these crossbows?
Yeah, he heals.
He can,
He can out-heal one. Not sure about the rest. Docks going down. Some upgrades are being researched there as well. Let's get the Griff Nets in though. Warhawk is getting denied.
It's a lot of docks to give over here as well for B. I mean, losing that position, he's going to launch a significant counter-attack on the right side of the map here. The demos are going to get intercepted by MarineLorD's own demos. The fishing ship...
Not quite!
It's actually a
Not quite!
MarineLorD!
My god!
Oh my god!
Wow! Okay. Okay.
And we're back.
Just like... Okay. Yeah. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just docks that MarineLorD's killing right now.
So we indeed have even more of a... Oh, and the demo at the last second, taking a big chunk out of those ships. No incendiaries just yet, so even without it dealing significant damage here for B. B picking off more and more of these reinforcements here from MarineLorD. B is actually playing this really, really well, consolidating his position. Still behind in that destroyed value, but taking out all those fishing ships is massive. MarineLorD's food economy still looking healthy at this point in time. You can see he reconsolidated his food, transferring from wood onto food, and recognizing that he's gonna need more food now, going onto the boar as well.
Aye. This is quite the situation that we've got going on here, but B is still struggling when it comes to the numbers game here. When it comes to the amount of Springboard ships out on the field, it's 13 to 22 at the moment. So he's gonna need to take significant wins when it comes to the trade out with the demo ships. I would really love to see some Galleass action sometime in this game. I'm not sure if it's gonna come in though. I would love to see just 1 to 2 of them in, just to do a significant amount of additional damage against the Springboard ships here. Because they do tank, they do massive damage.
They are so potent, especially if you get in that long guns technology for them as well. However, the price tag is so hefty for him. MarineLorD did lose that dock there. He's gonna replace the relic in another one. I'm a bit surprised to not see any emplacements for him. Of course, they'll get significantly boosted by the relic, but it's quite tough to shift onto the stone. But MarineLorD has different plans, as the Swabia is on the way now. I swear, I see MarineLorD's res, the res he has banked up, and I think, okay, he's macroing pretty well, he doesn't have much in the bank. And then half a minute later, now he's going Swabia. I don't know how he does it.
This guy macros. Now, with Paus Swabia, he's gonna have access to the Carrack. Now, B, in theory, also isn't too far off of a potential age up here. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. He's got a lot of Springles. He's got a Guildhall on wood. That's interesting. I like the idea.
Yeah, it makes a lot
now
of sense.
Now it's time to trade out. Ooh, demo ships. Oh, someone being snuck out from MarineLorD as well, though.
From all sides, B is striking here. He has a fantastic concave and is pushing MarineLorD all the way to the edge of the map here. MarineLorD has still a very healthy navy left, but can't quite, doesn't have any carrots in production or anything of the sort. Does have a lot of the Imperial upgrades coming in here for him, so his ships are going to be way superior. Yeah, War cannon coming in.
There we go. Look at these shots that are coming out there. You have to be so careful up against that. He's got a lot of stone. Is he going to go for a keep drop? On his side or his opponent's side?
That is the question, right? I mean, the keep will do great on the defense here, of course, but at the end of the day, it can only cover so much distance, and once the carrots are out...
Does MarineLorD have an outpost on his side? Like on his pond? Where the gold is? The right pond?
No, it doesn't seem like it, but I guess the docks will give additional vision, especially with the relic garrisoned inside them, right? Yeah, but he's still riding a little bit blind in that northern part. There could be demos hiding there that he's unaware of. Doesn't seem too concerned about
fight to take now. Fight isn't just trickling at the moment.
MarineLorD looking to further push the advantage he has here, but B continuously, heavily reinvests in so many demos, so many springboard ships. Still no galleasses, surprisingly, but of course he is. They do lose a lot of value now with MarineLorD being in Imperial Age. 2 carracks are now on the water, preparing to move across here for MarineLorD, but losing a lot of his military ships here. But of course, he's happy to trade them out. The trades are effective for him at the end of the day, courtesy of the swivel cannon, as well as the other upgrades.
Oh, he is starting to take down some more of these ships now. Also trying to run ahead, trying to cut him off. Oh, additional demos though from MarineLorD. I don't think B is quite able to thread the needle here at this point in time.
No.
That's so difficult. Look at how much resources MarineLorD still has. He could go Imperial again.
We go for that Swabia dynasty potentially if he decides to go for it. Of course, that's not much of an option, but the bank is significant for him, as well as the economic count. He actually is still ahead by this point in time, but the Swabia will close that out very, very quickly for him. But it is slowly slipping away from B, isn't it? Behind now in ships and behind an age. He's so close to being able to age up, but you can't help but feel that him aging up here might potentially cost him the game, because all of his bank will be depleted. He has a good bit of wood, and the income is solid as well behind this. But MarineLorD actually is going to back off for a little bit, reconsolidate his navy, and then likely look to push again.
Man, what a game. Looks like the Spearmen are now going to try and go for an engagement on the other island. He's gonna find a red palace though. And also a couple of crossbows with Gamberson upgrade.
Do we have incendiaries in yet for B is what I'm wondering about, because with so many demos, I mean demos can be the great equalizer. It's just the one above. Yeah, we do indeed have it. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, he got that one. He got that one way ahead.
Yeah, in Castle Age, yeah. It's, you know, in these cases, when you're behind a navy, the demos can be the great equalizers that close out an advantage if you just get those connections. That's easier said than done against someone with MarineLorD's ability, of course.
Oh, we don't have a keep on this side. What happened with all the stone? Did he just sell all the stone that he had? I feel like he might have just sold all the stone that he had.
Yeah, it looks like it, right? I don't think... Is 100 stone for 50 gold? That's not baseline, is it? It might be.
Definitely not. He sold it. He sold it all. But he doesn't have a keep on his main island, other than the Red Palace, of course. Doesn't protect the entire island.
No, it
MarineLorD now has 5 archer ships, 7 archer ships again. It's gonna be enough to deal with all of these demo ships. Fights being taken now.
Plenty of demos here for B.
Engagement.
it's so tough to maneuver around and get them all in, right? I mean, especially with so many galleys here for MarineLorD, and at this point, even the Springboard ships, as well as the Carracks, do so much damage to these demos. You can see how difficult it is to close the gap. He's getting closer. Some of them are getting half connections. It's not enough, is it?
It doesn't appear to be. Carrack now in queue for B as well, but it takes a while to get these out. And demo ships just weren't enough destruction value. 24 to 35,000.
More than 10,000 in the lead MarineLorD here is. Of course, part of it, we have to remember, it is the demos. B has made so many more demos than MarineLorD this game, but the numbers still don't lie. That's such a significant lead here for MarineLorD, and you can see that manifested in the bank that MarineLorD is now sitting on. If there was interest on the accrued resources, then MarineLorD would be a very rich man indeed, even richer than he already is in this game.
Alice is still helping B at least maintain a modicum of map control here now in and around his docks. Actually quickly taking down 2 of the Carracks here. That's some pretty great value there. There's still 7 remaining though.
Yeah, you do have to be very careful with the Red Palace. Of course, it doesn't cover the biggest area, relatively speaking, to the size of the water on this map, but if you do get too close, your ships will get evaporated.
I'm not even sure where B has all of his fishing ships at this point in time. I feel like he's just completely off water now at this point in time. It's just a couple of fishing ships here. Yeah, only 8 total. Kind of surprising that he's still ahead in economy with MarineLorD having the Swabia now for quite a while. He's not actively producing. To be fair, he's 200 of 200 pop as well.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, I mean, with so much eco in the bank, he just doesn't really need any more, right? He'd rather reinvest it in those ships. The 7 Carracks are now on the seas compared to B's 3. More in Q4 him, but he's losing these docks very quickly, and it's reached a point now where his main island is at this point a penal colony that he can no longer escape with his villages.
And is the Guildhall in range of the shoreline?
Oh, it is.
Might just be.
Yeah, I think it is. If he gets right up to the shore with the additional range, it must be, right? Send your arrows on the ships as well. Another unique Imperial upgrade. That does stack on ships, making them burn over time.
Trying to run away. MarineLorD also starting to take up the safety sides here behind this.
Yeah, even additional
not gonna shoot. Swivel cannons kind of suck against the demo ship, but it works.
Overin as well in production here for MarineLorD. There's 20 spears on the field already. I think he's preparing for a bit of a grand landing party here.
He's finally starting to get his Carrack numbers up. Takes a good amount of them now. Trying to push out a little bit.
Yeah, at this point he actually exceeded MarineLorD's Carrack count. A lot of MarineLorD's military count is on land. I mean, 25 spears, a culverin soon on the field as well.
Some resource in the bank.
Yeah, just a few, you know.
The essentials.
Even elite army tactics coming in for him. He's really preparing this this invasion.
Still difficult because there is a Red Palace, but Culverin does outrange it. Just somehow gotta get in enough inland. You actually have to win water as well.
Single demo, looking to do a little bit of scouting ahead of the main force here from B. One transport ship. What does it contain actually? Is that a prelate or a scout?
It was just a prelate, but now there's another transport ship coming in. Trying to make its way over. Yep, there it goes. I think it has probably one of the culverins and a couple of spearmen inside. Just edging around the edge of the map there. Making its way over to B space.
Just gets picked off on the prelate. He tries to get the sight.
Goes its landing now. There it goes. Army's
Raiding
here.
party
He
has
does
arrived.
spot it. Oh, he's just gonna burn it. He's just gonna burn it immediately. Spearmen don't do enough damage here.
Yeah, it's a heavy price to pay though. Plenty of villages will go down here, and it's a lot of idle time. Although B does have a very healthy bank behind us himself, so he doesn't mind too much. I feel like if there was just a second transport ship here with the rest of Marino's spears, that could be a really dangerous attack. He just doesn't have enough.
Definitely have been. Once again, B, he's got so many more carracks now. And he's pretty much fully pop-capped at this point as well. We're starting to get to the point where it's time to send it again. And actually start taking engagements on water now as well. Also able to recapture the sacred sites. And this is gonna be a while, but we do have a guild hall. So 30 minutes from now, B is gonna pull ahead economy-wise. And actually, might even be earlier, as MarineLorD's starting to run out of wood. Wood on the map, I should add. I should clarify.
Yeah, there is
He
still
has a little bit of wood remaining in the bank. He's actually gonna run out first, from the looks of it.
That's surprising, actually, considering. I guess I think he still has a tiny wood line left. But the carrot, so many demos for one carrot. It does go down in the end. Ironically, it's still in favor of B. Actually, just now equalized by MarineLorD with 5 more demos in queue. Bit of a rough engagement here for B as the demo does come in, does detonate, dealing decent damage to those front 2 carracks. Meanwhile, his own demos will look to try to wrap around the flank here. Has to be careful. He's stuck in a slight choke point, and that stealth brush there might be quite dangerous for him.
Does B have the bonus upgrade on his gunpowder ship? He does have the unique sieve upgrade. Yeah, he does have it. So B's carracks are actually going to do a lot more damage here than MarineLorD's carracks.
That's true. The long guns, very significant upgrade here as the demos are going to come in. You detonate and take out one of the springboard ships and chunk the carrack behind it against these spearmen, just causing a bit of havoc, but realistically it won't be too much damage done here. MarineLorD did delete a lot of his economy though. With the bank he has, there's no wonder. He's looking to remass into even more ships here. 14 carracks on the seas now. More galleys.
The lead in that regard. Carracks are kind of low health here from B, the ones that are remaining at least.
Yes, as you mentioned, he does have the better carracks, but of course count is also important, and that definitely is in favor of MarineLorD at this point in time. So if he looks to press the issue, which certainly seems in the works here for him, B might be stretched a bit thin.
Good. From the looks of it, could also be running out first, but he doesn't have that much in the bank. He does, of course, have the guild hall still working for him. Really not something that he wants to lose anytime soon. Over 2,000 wood at the moment.
Not often do you see a carrack raid, but here we witnessed it indeed on the dock.
They're just massing a lot of carracks now. We're also seeing MarineLorD now heavily investing into mass demo ships.
And MarineLorD recognizing the fact that his carracks are in fact weaker, and the longer these trades just stalemate out like this, eventually he will be behind in these trades, so needs one big decisive push with these demos, and there's a lot of them indeed. 16, 5 more in queue for him. If he's able to get an engage with his free pop space, this could be it for B potentially. B is somewhat isolated.
Red Palace.
There is still Red Palace, that's true.
Back and forth here between them on water. Food is starting to become a little bit of a limiting factor here at the moment for B, as he is dropping a lot more farms now as well. Demos are going to connect here. And the hand cannon is trying to help out.
It's like the demos didn't quite get the damage that MarineLorD needed yet, but he's still holding most of them in reserve here. Might look to go for a full wrap around that northern sacred site island.
Oh man, this is gonna be such a technical game. This is why water maps can be very...
Polarizing?
I don't... Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. That's a great way, actually, of putting it. Very polarizing.
Yeah, some players love him, some players hate him. Just like Marmite. I mean, the wood is becoming a bit of a...
Bit of
an issue here, for sure. Less so for B, though. I mean, I don't think the guild hall was cashed out yet. I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, you shouldn't cash out it. You shouldn't cash it out for a while. Like, you should really wait with that.
Yeah. MarineLorD still has a very healthy bank. I mean, if you combine guild hall and B's bank now, it equals the MarineLorD's would.
Yeah.
So MarineLorD is not in too deep trouble just yet regarding that, of course.
Oh, looks like we might have a landing on the main island. Yeah. Inside this one, probably just a whole lot of...
Oh,
that was sad.
nice.
That could have been incredible. But then again, I don't think it would have done enough damage to kill him.
No, yeah.
Especially with the lead army tactic.
Yeah, exactly.
More dogs going down.
I wonder, do the Carracks, because of all the range upgrade, do they outrange the Red Palace somewhat? I think so, right? But I might be wrong.
They don't.
Oh,
they don't.
No.
I think they go up to like 9 miles range. Oh no.
Not quite enough. Emergency keep being attempted by B.
Need to repair, protect the guild hall. But MarineLorD just now saw the guild hall, right? Is it similar to... Actually, I don't know off the top of my head if you can actually see how much is in the... You can see how much is in
I don't think so, can you? I might be wrong, but...
How's nodding? How's nodding the camera?
Oh, you can? Oh, okay. That's interesting. But the 18 demos is something to really keep an eye on here. There's so many. If MarineLorD is able to just get a good little spread on them, maybe hit from multiple sides. There's a good amount of galleys from B, and he does, of course, have the incendiary arrows on them. So the demos will die very, very quickly if they're all bunched up. But that could be a very decisive move if they do connect. Okay, the keep should be up in time here.
Yeah, should. Even pulling some builds to repair, counter-repair. Both shots being exchanged now. MarineLorD, he's pretty much deleted all of his economy. Very little remaining of it. B also having a lot of demo ships out now, though. The engagement that's taking place now. Demo ships coming in from all sides.
Is it enough though? B has such a great spread on most of his navy, but the ones on the right really get through, and a lot of the Carracks do go down for him. MarineLorD taking a massive lead in navy here, actually.
It's
20
8
Carracks
to 20
to 7.
Carracks. With 12 more in queue. He just cashed out, but he's got no gold left to queue up anything else at the moment.
There's zero gold
He needs to
left
sell.
on the map. Oh, wait, he just got some. He
there's
just
none
sold a lot of it.
Yeah, he sold.
Yep.
Sell moment. It's not enough. Every single dock gets taken down. And that should be it. Water maps, they're okay. But I think hybrid maps is where I draw the line.
Hybrid maps is where you draw the line. Well, we have, I mean, Holy Island is technically a hybrid map.
Yeah, Holy Island's great. Holy Island
Indeed, it is good. But would you say it's a water map or a...
No, I'd say it's a hybrid map, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, whenever you connect it, it's an immediate hybrid map. Like, Boulder Bay is a hybrid map.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of maps, though, this one is looking firmly in control.
It's one of them.
MarineLorD. As we're essentially back down to the start of Feudal Age now for B, with one Springboard ship on the seas.
It's one of the maps of all time, and now the guild hall in the end is still gonna get taken down. Oh, come on. I mean, without the guild hall, surely B doesn't see a way to come back in this one anymore. Right?
Might be a case of trying to tire out MarineLorD, get him wondering and suspicious.
blanked it.
But MarineLorD doesn't strike me as the type of player to get tired early on in these sets, of course, as he often makes those best of 7s and best of 9s.
Yes.
I think maybe here... Yeah, we do have the Red Palace being fully garrisoned here. Or B in this case, and seems like... I mean, let's be honest, if MarineLorD's navy gets close to that Red Palace, there's a chance that B is still in this game because of the sheer amount of damage that the Red Palace is going to dish out. But that's not a move I think MarineLorD will make. But exactly, how do you close out this game with that Red Palace? I mean, if it comes down to a landmark victory, you kind of have to make a landing and rely on the culverins.
I think so too. At this point, I feel like MarineLorD needs to think about land more. Like, go up 5 culverins and just start landfall. You gotta start somewhere. You already have 20 to just 5 barracks at the moment. And B knows he cannot take any direct engagement. He just needs to play around Red Palace.
Yeah, precisely. But the issue is, it's just a matter of time, right? I mean, you can all up next to the Red Palace, but at the end of the day, a transport ship with 16 culverins will turn up. Maybe that's a bit much, but...
At the latest, this game should, in theory, end 10 minutes.
In theory. The one on the left, of course, is still controlled by B. The one in the north is not yet taken. Does have 3 prelates, but they have yet to move out. I guess he's just focused on making sure B doesn't regain a presence on water at this point in time.
With 25 barracks, do you think... Like, I think MarineLorD could probably just snipe it allocated. It's like the one way to lose the game or to win the game all in one move.
If it's ungarrisoned, undoubtedly so, but... I mean, I think it is garrisoned, right? With the hand cannonades, at least he can pull the rest. And he's got those villas next to it. I do wonder though.
I think you can
like,
do it. I think you can do it.
I think you can do it as well. And the thing is, it's right on the shore, right? So even the demos can actually detonate. If we can just have a look, see how close it is. Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, he's gonna cut him off. He's gonna cut him off. They can't go back to their palace anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the Red Palace, though, the damage is actually insane.
It is a pretty decent landmark, but there it is. GG comes in.
Yeah, the realization after a long and bloody battle. I mean, I'm surprised that the water is not red by the end of that one.
It definitely would have been if we had the technology to display it, but not quite there yet.
And 48 APM. I mean,
on water. It's tough to say what he spent the APM on. I think it's one of the typical StarCraft player APM where they just click repeatedly the same thing over and over and over again.
But that's the thing, right? It doesn't actually count that. That's what makes it insane to me. This is drawn directly from A forward, right? And
it does count as long as it's a game command. What it doesn't count is if you spam click H to select your PC, but if you give the unit movement command.
Right.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Selection doesn't count, but commands do count.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's still pretty ludicrous, I can't lie. That's well, certainly was put to good use here, taking this game. 46-minute opening game here between these two players. I mean, Archipelago, it is one of those maps where quite often it results in this case where games are either over in virtually under 10 minutes, or they can often slog over into a very drawn-out late game here.
We all know Archipelago is one of the maps of all time. So next up, though, it's going to be Kurlogger, and we're going to be looking at Japan versus Ottomans. Honestly, this matchup feels doomed to me for Japan. Like it's so difficult making your units work against Ottomans, right? Like if you go for mass infantry, you're gonna have to deal with +2 matter armor. If you go for ranged units, the enemy archers, way quicker with the attack speed with the matter, or there's the Tahi that you gotta face off against. If you go full mass cavalry, Janissaries are pretty good against mass cavalry, so you have to play like a Cav and Yumi Archer combo, and even then, Sipahi are like really hard to dodge by archers.
I completely agree. I feel like Japan really, really struggles against Ottomans. Really, the only window I see for them is with the early cast stage, getting a lot of damage done with those mounted samurais, because the answers are, the answers to the mounted samurai are a bit problematic to field early on in good numbers, right? I mean, crossbows, spears, janissaries, all of these units are very weak and vulnerable in isolation, and you need a good amount of them to really challenge the mounted samurais. But, getting the numbers needed can be tough, but that's kind of the only real window man has, right? Feels like to me as well.
It is. Yeah. Alright, just 30 seconds remaining now until we're jumping into that game number 2. Kalaga is a really interesting map. Do you think that we're gonna see, like, both of these civilizations have bonuses to, like, persuade them to go a little bit on water? Ottomans pay a little bit less for their dock, Japan pays a little bit less for their fishing ship. I think both players, in theory, do have value points for going for water early on, so I think we'll most likely be seeing, like, a dock play for both players. At least that's what I would assume.
It's true, right? There's bonuses to both. The way I find this normally unfolding, maps like Kalauga or Canal or these kind of maps, right, where both civs can go for docks, is generally the civilization with the stronger Dark Age tends to seem to dictate the tempo, which in this case, I think that would be Ottomans. So, yeah, when we see here, MarineLorD does opt for his own barracks here. A little bit surprising, actually. I would have thought maybe he just goes straight for an age up, but, you just end up so behind if the Ottoman just goes docks. He's going to look to challenge directly here, as we load into game number 2 here. MarineLorD, the color pink as the Japanese, putting the north side of Kurlauga here, facing 3DB in the color green as one of his favorite civilizations, the Ottomans.
And we're actually getting an early military school opening here from B. So not opting for the early dock. Interesting, but he is still on wood. He's not actually moving off of wood, so maybe this is just the early military school into the dock after all.
Very potent build for sure for the Ottomans. The barracks being so much cheaper means that you can, of course, get the military school out, get the pump of spearmen started nice and early, and go straight into a barracks afterwards, and it becomes very easy to outmass even Mongols the longer Dark Age goes in terms of spearmen. And eventually, once that vizier point comes in, and the imams are out, any hope you have of contesting Ottomans in the Dark Age is from then on gone.
MarineLorD already has his spearman out. So both players haven't gone for their early dock play at all yet. He is going to delay his dock play.
I think it makes a lot of
MarineLorD
sense.
also scouted it. Yeah, but MarineLorD also scouted it.
It indeed. This might be, this is a little bit greedy here from
Wait, is
B.
He has still been so heavy on wood, though. I think maybe now he's just gonna add in the barracks as well. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Up.
Yeah, this
now
could
we're
be
at
really
military
good.
school and barracks. This is where, this reminds me of the old school Mongol versus Ottoman matchup, right? Where they go both military school and barracks.
Exactly. Eventually that will lead to outmassing the Mongols, right? Especially in their home turf, on their side of the map. MarineLorD probably recognizes this though, he's going to look to reinvest. This is actually a very interesting test here. We'll see how these timings work out here for B. He does actually queue up a fishing ship as well, which, you kind of have to do, right? If you actually go and greed for this
it's
dock,
never going to pay off else.
Yeah, you need at least one.
Feels like burn down is pretty inevitable. And MarineLorD behind this, he has invested quite a lot into all of these spearmen. He also invested some gold. What did he invest gold into? MarineLorD's on 25 gold.
Yeah, he didn't get the upgrade yet. Oh, it must have been Tawara, right? No, he doesn't
Yeah,
have
but
it.
Tawara isn't that expensive.
You're right. What did he use?
Did he queue up Samurai that just aren't like just not their turn yet to come out?
Maybe so.
Ah, doesn't. No, he didn't. Oh, wait.
Oh, survival
No.
techniques, right? It has
Yes,
to be.
yes, survival techniques. He got a very early survival technique. Yes, he did. Okay.
Case
Hey,
closed.
dear.
We got to the bottom of it.
I mean, it's interesting. Wait, is it 3 or 5 deer at the start?
I think it is actually. Oh, yeah, it's 5. I'm
it's
pretty
5.
sure, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it's 5. Okay, so it's worth it. It's worth it.
And it also applies to the shoreline fish, right? Do go for it,
No.
so it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Oh, I thought it does.
The normal food upgrades apply to shoreline fish.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
We're getting close to a point in time where he could also get a vizier point in, potentially.
The dock is going to go down, which begs the question: is that worth it? I'm not actually sure.
Only
I think it is,
100
right?
wood. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 100 wood, and he's kept MarineLorD like quite invested in Dark Age here, right? So that is quite nice. And because he gets the vizier point in, long term, he should definitely like benefit a lot more. The question is, which vizier point are you going to go for? I think like with this many low HP spearmen, kind of has to be imams, right?
Oh yeah,
But I think
absolutely.
he's going to have to pull off a bolt for a little bit.
Yeah, you
Oh my god,
ideally
he
don't.
pulled back! You gotta heal him up!
Oh my god, the value you can squeeze out of those imams. You have to be so careful. The samurai is there as well, which, I mean, the samurai is technically worse than just massing spearmen, but if you have a few of them with many spearmen, they serve as such an effective meat shield ahead of the spearmen.
Ah, he's lost so much value. It takes forever to get that one vizier point in. Poor B. There we go. Has it now. And there's the imams, finally. He still needs to be careful. The imams aren't there yet. They're not there yet. Move forward. Move forward.
David! I don't think
I'm
he
getting
can,
angry. And now the mining camp's going down. Okay, he needs to do a long distance drop off. Or maybe he can repair. Maybe he can repair. He only has 4 wood though.
Oh, okay,
that
he
enough?
gets it. He gets it. He gets it.
He can't fully repair it though. He needs to drop
yeah.
off quickly.
And he can't chop the wood in time, I don't think either, unless he force drops it off early, but then it would just be perpetually burning and he's essentially wasting. Well, yeah, look, he's gonna do it now. There we go. But
Oh,
the
man.
real bad news here is
hurts.
B is gonna start aging up, yeah, pretty much as MarineLorD is about to finish his age up.
And it's Coca Township as well. So we're gonna be looking at some shinobi hitting the field very, very soon. Looks like he's getting the samurai down, actually. That's good value there. Archer range now coming as well, so Yumi archers will be on the menu.
The Shinobi are going to do fantastic work up against these spearmen, but they are incredibly squishy. They will die very fast if surrounded.
Yeah.
And we know, yeah, he's not going to invest in anymore. That makes sense. The 1 for 3 is going to help out here, and double archery range full up. Makes complete sense here. Get those Yumi out quickly, and those imams will not be as big of a worry. The water coming in as well. Double broad axe to MarineLorD. Very quick on the upgrades here.
First shinobi now. Hasn't queued any additional ones though. Archership now also in queue. Scout is going to be on that dock though, so he will see once that comes in. There we go. Dust gets spotted out. Spearman with the AoE heal and a spread formation can maybe take the fight, but there's also the army coming in now from MarineLorD.
Yeah, this
Probably
is
not a fight that you want to take.
Yeah, as much as B would like it, I don't think this dock is ever going to go down at this rate. He's forced to back off. The imams, of course, perpetually providing value with the healing, even whilst they are not directly healing, passively. Mech, they're on the way from the military school. This is quite good to do, I think. The mech, they're pretty expensive early in feudal age, so getting a free one from the military school is very nice value.
Good value, yeah. There's about to be a sprinkled ship. Nope, never mind. That's gonna be forced now for the next 30 seconds, so B is kind of forced into taking a fight now.
And forced in a very difficult position as well as the galleys. The archer ship,
Shinobi not being
so
focused.
much damage. Shinobi going on to the imams. One of them is very low. The Shinobi does an immense amount of damage.
And looks to be good enough though, so we'll survive, but this was not a good trade out at the end of the... Oh, he's on the gold! He's on the gold! He's killing builds on the gold!
The Shinobi's distracted. Oh, two of them go down.
But there's
Actually, I think-
the ship at long last.
Oh, eventually it comes out. The galley should fall. Oh no, the Springald went onto the Spearman instead. He's now attacking the Yumi. Probably just wants to focus them instead of the galley at this point in time. MarineLorD queuing up his own Springald ship behind this as well.
Wild Villager also going for the attack. He's chasing him along the entire stream of water.
All
He's
the way
actually gonna
back
get
to
the archer
home
ship,
dock.
I think.
Yeah, pretty
If he
cool.
keeps chasing, he's gonna... Never mind, he doesn't.
Yeah, the fishing ship as well is gonna repair that there. Could be a good bait, but B doesn't fall for it. But it's interesting to see the map play out this way, right? We spoke how we think Ottoman is favored beforehand, but maps like this definitely muddy the waters a little bit.
Yeah, this game
No
has
pun
been
intended.
anything but normal so far.
Indeed. But then, you know, on this map, can you really have a normal game? I mean, sometimes you do, actually.
Sometimes, yeah. There can be like gentleman agreements when it comes to like not Dark Age rushing, but both players in this game have decided to play it like the old Canal days, when Canal was first introduced to tournaments, where we even had like a meta point with English spamming Dark Age men-at-arms to control water.
That's true. Those were the days until they lost, one melee armor in the Dark Age, and now they're way worse than Spearmen, for that matter, which is kind of funny to
Yeah,
think
and
about.
they double nerf fishing ships to the point that now it's like not that worthwhile contest.
Exactly. He, however, does have two Sipahi on the field now, and this is what he needs, right? I mean, the Sipahi is really, at least in Feudal Age, what makes Ottomans really potent, especially getting them for free from the military school. So this increase in mobility is going to allow B some breathing room already, running MarineLorD's army around a little bit, keeping him distracted, buying himself some space, much needed space here as well. Second Vizier point does come in. What's it going to be? It's going to be the sheep.
Anatolian Hills? Yeah. This is like one of the best Vizier points to have on this map in particular, just because there is so little food that you have like safely inside of your base. He does now see that MarineLorD's already out on the second dock, and with the 2 villager kills, MarineLorD's actually got a really, really strong eco lead now at this point in time. Putting B in quite the dicey spot now. He does have 1 military school. Probably might want to add in a second one sometime soon, just because like this is already like a pretty massive economy lead here for MarineLorD. He needs to
It
somehow
is
keep up.
So tough though, isn't it? I mean, 150 wood, 100 stone, that is not cheap. Finding the space to do so is easier said than done, especially when you're also massing archers, very wood heavy units behind it. But you're right, it does have to, as MarineLorD fishing now on the northern river as well. Galley there in time to stop and push away the Sipahi.
Dude was activated, so will be on cooldown now for a little bit. He does have his archers well positioned in the wood line, but the aren't quite there yet, at least not all of them. Still a hard fight to take, but yeah, this is where the imams really, really start to pay off.
Yumi Bannerman is on the
Able to
way
heal
now
up.
as well.
Oh, but there's no more spearmen left. Spy are gonna chase.
It'll be very scary here for
Good.
MarineLorD.
Gonna be a very, very good trade out. B, he's...
Oh, the demo!
Oh, the demo ship!
Oh no! Oh, that
Doesn't
could
get
have
the
been
connection
so
in,
much
though.
worse.
He's killing all of the Yumi archers. All the Yumi archers go down. That was a really good trade at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's exactly what B needed in this position. Essentially halving the Yumi mass that MarineLorD had, but now of course production is fully underway yet again. But this is the point where Ottomans start to become really dangerous. One of the military schools is pumping. Oh, the demo again connects. MarineLorD slipping a little bit in this game.
Getting his own demo ship out now. Starting to reach the point now where Ottoman suddenly starts feeling quite comfortable again. Civilization.
Exactly. I mean, the value from the Imams, like you mentioned, the Mehter as well. Oh, he's gonna die. Ooh, one more arrow. And it goes down.
Ah, one Imam survives. Don't let the other one go down. You cannot afford that. It is so important to keep those alive.
Demo connecting with the Springald, but it's not enough to destroy it. Yep. As, again, MarineLorD's front line is cleared. Another demo coming in. Is it gonna be no? Ah, it's gonna
be enough.
Yep.
Aye, what a fight here so far. This is just like one big continuous fight, and man, I'm being kept on the edge here right now. This is quite aggressive on both sides. B, though, he's catching up in the archer count, does have stronger archers in theory, or at least archers with a lot more health. But they do cost a little bit more. The archer ship does get taken down here. B has taken full control pretty much over this point here now at this point in time, I want to say. MarineLorD doesn't quite want to give this one up. Once again, we do see him run forward here with the Yumi archers.
You have to be so careful here as MarineLorD, though. I mean, 6 spears. You know, normally having equal number spearmen to horsemen is fine, but these are not just any horsemen. These are arguably...
Any enjoyers in chat?
Oh, can we bring them up?
He got metal drums again! Okay, sure.
Did I miss a memo or something, Crackly?
I don't know! I feel like I heard Balltune the other day say that Meta Drums is good.
Oh, no.
And that he was able to make it work for him, like, plenty of times. But the thing is, the formation is bugged so many times, and I didn't see any patch notes about it, and I'm... Honestly, this is a personal affront here at this point in time. This is,
Yeah, I feel like there's some information being withheld or something, because, oh, the demo doing so much damage to the Sipahi, and B is actually cornered up against the river here. If any more ships do come out here from Reno, that could be disastrous if B is out of position.
Crazy. And MarineLorD's actually thinking about aging up to Castle Age, and so is B. They're just gonna age up. What is this? It's so crazy that they're actually like aging up behind all of this aggression now. Like they're not even like fully investing. They're just like investing, but also like aging up behind it. That's kind of crazy.
Somehow there's a way. 20 villages at that. MarineLorD looking to really get a timing here. It could pay a lot of fruit. But B has a significant army lead here, without a doubt. I mean, having more archers than Yumi is definitely advantageous, and more Sipahi than spears, that's pretty scary. But this timing from MarineLorD is very significant. But I just don't know if he actually has the mass to really capitalize on that timing.
Doesn't have the gold really to like suddenly pump out a lot of units. Food-wise, he also doesn't have that much. I think he's got enough to like be able to secure a relic, like by moving out onto the map. But B is definitely not far behind in his own age up. Like, you can give him like half a minute, and he's gonna be aging up as well.
Be looking to press the issue, however. Seeing MarineLorD's army in the south opens up a doorway towards this gold mine as 5 villagers seek shelter inside the outpost, which is now under heavy siege here from B. Might want to move the archers a little bit closer to catch the villagers as they try to escape, which MarineLorD will definitely try to do right now as his army connects. Veterancy is in on the Yumi, and he does have a flank engagement here. B is now on the run, knowing that although he might have the bigger army, trading this out, even if he somehow wins the fight, would mean it will cost most of his troops. So, actually the speed. Look at that, the speed coming in handy here.
That is... Okay, that's kind of crazy. Can we see? Does it actually affect the archers right now? Select an archer. Select an archer. It doesn't affect them right now. It's bugged. It doesn't work. I mean, it's also because, yeah, also with the supply, it also doesn't work right now, and they're in the formation.
That's what I mean. Like, this can't be predicted.
Yeah, like sometimes it works if it's in the formation, and sometimes even if it's in the formation, it just doesn't work.
Well said indeed. But the Mechmed Imperial Armory is about to finish for him. Decent gold in the bank here for B. He can afford one of the upgrades for veterancy here. He's gonna have to pick. Okay, that's not the upgrade I expected. But then we see the veterancy for the Sipahi.
He does have a market that he did use. Just ring the bell. Ooh, that's fast mom that just went down. More villagers have to evacuate here. Some idle time being forced. Unavoidable. Is he actually gonna take the fight now? That's a little bit too early. Also getting textiles in. Villagers able to jump through one of the gaps there in the wood line. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about losing the archers because he's not getting veterancy in on the archers. But as long as he kills the spearmen, it's like, okay. He's losing a lot of the villagers now, so he does have to pull those away now as well. Lose a lot of them.
Yeah, it's slipping away a bit here.
It's too much.
The veteran
Not producing any more units
as
well.
There's
no knights coming in.
Nah, there's no knights. I mean, he could afford them in theory, but it's not really going to be enough at this stage as both ranged upgrades in for MarineLorD now. And yeah, the timing is too much. GG is cold and MarineLorD secures himself a 2-0 lead in this set. Only one more needed to sweep B here.
And this was quite the game. I feel like he had the potential to also age up at a similar timing there to MarineLorD. Didn't find the window. MarineLorD did, and there were some really, really great engagements between the two, though. That was some epic trade out there with the military time and time again in the mid-game.
A super action-packed game. That's one of the very interesting dynamics that often happens in these kind of games, right? One opponent invests just a little bit less, goes up earlier. The other player who's still feudal age has a bigger army, which is not necessarily a disadvantage if you're behind the age, but you have to use that army to actually gain some value from your further investment in feudal age. Either force a fight earlier before upgrades while you have the mass, or maybe do a dive or a raid to pick up a good bit of an eco lead. But that's difficult, right? It's easier said than done. B just quite wasn't able to make that materialize for him. So as a result, just being behind in upgrades means that he combos this game, unfortunately. But he put up a fantastic fight here. MarineLorD definitely looked in a bit of a scary position towards that mid-feudal age.
The mid-feudal age, I feel like B, like at this point in time, right here, I feel like B could have definitely pushed the issue and just done a whole lot of damage, kill a lot more of the Yumi archers. At this point in time, it kind of felt like, okay, until MarineLorD added in the samurai, I was like, okay, this is something that B could, in theory, like still fight, still deal with. But the play from MarineLorD to actually have the follow-up into samurai, just a unit that none of the units from B could really, like, ever really deal with. Such a good play from MarineLorD to close out the game with that. Next up, though, on the chopping block, we do have Gorge coming up, and China, once again, made it through here. It's going to be picked up against the House of Lancaster. So, classic House of Lancaster versus China game coming up here. Wonder if we're going to be seeing Pro Scout. I mean, we're still in the Pro Scout meta, so I'm just going to say it's probably still just going to be the classic no IO opener into Fast Pro Scout. And then try and take it from there. B, I think he's going to opt for... We talked about it earlier, like the House of Lancaster, Abbey of Kings, into some Hobbler, Spearmen, just the full feudal age.
It's a build. It's definitely a build. And
has it been given a name yet?
Maybe we should be the first to give it an official name. The Abbey of Death.
What do we name it? A and Prey?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That sums it up, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, of civs that can deal with it. There are a few civs that can deal with it, but the problem is that I think the civs that can deal with it have a very specific answer to either the lords or, you know, they have knights in the feudal age. These are answers that are potent. And in China's case, the answer, I think, is the Zhuge but the Zhuge it requires quite an investment to even unlock.
I think the investment is fine. Like, you can still get a very, very quick Song Dynasty in. But now it's time to see what exactly the play is here, as we're jumping into potential match point now for MarineLorD here, as he is leading 2-0 up against 3DB. We're seeing him play in the color pink as the Chinese, 3B in the color green playing as the House of Lancaster, and is indeed that no IO opening that MarineLorD chooses here.
Quite standard here by now for China, indeed, the no IO allowing slightly faster feudal age and then a very rapid post-scout timing. Either the fastest or the second fastest in the game, but that does depend a little bit on the intricacies of the build. Everyone's build is just a little bit different. Of course, the other fast civilization being Jushi for that matter, all courtesy of that supervision. On the other hand, I mean, when Lancaster was at their peak, China was also very potent then, but Lancaster was genuinely very strong against China and Jushi in particular, I would say, because they'd be able to survive the pro-scout timing without too many issues, and then suddenly they already have 6 manas pumping when China and Jushi run out of food. And China and Jushi become extremely vulnerable in that phase as they need to make the granary transitions. Now, Lancaster's power has been shaved significantly since then, but as we see now, there's a new strategy on the block for them. Quite curious to see how China does against that. In theory, they should be okay, but that's only because of Zhuge, I would say, and getting the Zhuge out early on is not something China ever really likes to do.
Not anymore, at least.
Yeah, they always do it out of necessity, more so than willingness.
Yeah, it used to be that before Pro Scout, like, you would want to go for Fast Song Dynasty because you would place the Barbican in a spot to protect the deer. And from there on out, you would, like, have a safe food income source there with the deer. Now that you want to pick the deer up and put them next to your mill, next to the DC, the Barbican just doesn't really bring you what it used to.
Exactly right. Seems like there's kind of 2 ways to execute this Abbey build here, I found. You either stay on gold, delay your manas and look to pump out all 4 lords ASAP to put on pressure, or you have what B is doing now, which is cut off gold completely, age up with 3, and just look to have the 1 lord doing a bit of poking, a bit of delaying, get the manas in, and then you begin pumping fully.
There's Imperial Academy coming in, 5 villagers building away at that one. It is going to be that Abbey of Kings. It's nice that you get an immediate, like, Lord of Lancaster out of it, or at least a rather quick one for free. That way you immediately have some early pressure that you can apply to your opponent, and that means that MarineLorD isn't going to be able to just immediately click Pro Scout. He's going to have to at least invest a little bit into some military units before.
Yeah, I mean, he can click Pro Scout most likely fine and start bringing the deer in, but it does demand an early unit investment earlier than he'd like, right? Either with some horsemen or potentially some archers for that matter. Units that he doesn't really want to make unless he has to, but the Lord makes it so that he has to, right? So certainly value to be gained there.
Trust in the Lord.
Believe in the Lord.
Oh Lord, he coming just a little bit. Abbey of Kings about to complete. It already has a lot of Texas food inside, so that's already a lot of food that MarineLorD will be able to take there in just a little bit. There we go, first manor also coming in immediately. I mean, this is just the power of House of Lancaster as well, right? Just being able to get these 3 manors out very, very quickly. We're getting an immediate...
oh, that's interesting.
Build as well. Okay, wasn't on the bingo card for the day, but we'll take it. Power of House of Lancaster, just like building up 3 manors so you have continuous income the entire time. Because 3 manors, that's enough to like already like have your TC working the entire time. Like getting enough food from 3 manors to continuously build villagers. That's so massive already.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm not sure. B potentially expected spear response here early from MarineLorD just to poke the lords. I mean, what am I talking about? That would be a terrible decision, right? Nah, the pro scouts is going to be on the way for him, being supervised on the mill. There is 3 officials out, so this is interesting. MarineLorD's timing on the pro scout is intentionally delayed here, specifically to get out additional officials. So this is in contrast to the build we saw earlier.
From Louis.
Yep.
He's already positioned one of his scouts next to the deer from B. Because if we look at the map spawn here from MarineLorD, all of his deer are on the same side. That makes it super easy for B to keep tabs on where MarineLorD's getting the deer from.
Yeah, it's actually...
MarineLorD realizing that he's already like positioned to take the deer from B first.
That might be why we see this early stable. B might have seen that and realized I can maybe potentially cut off the deer completely here if I get these hobblers out ASAP. MarineLorD's going to go for the horseman as a response in for the hobbler initially, and followed up by a barracks. But the issue is, like, sure, maybe you can take some of B's deer away here, but the amount of time it takes for those scouts to reach back and for you to actually start gathering from that deer, it really makes a difference.
Yeah, and B, he actually paid attention. He saw that one of his deer just disappeared off the map. And he's sending the hobblers over there to pick off that scout. Oh, never mind. Control all military. Sends him back to the front line. That Lord of Lancaster just pulling his weight there. He does so much damage. The baseline damage on a house of on a Lord of Lancaster there, it's 16 myriad.
Yeah.
It's so much. Crazy how much damage he does.
It is massive damage indeed. He does have very low attack speed though, so I guess that helps keep it in check just a little bit. But nice little space spot here by MarineLorD. He draws away the hobbler by picking up the deer from B's side, then in turn is able to nab himself at least one deer from this deer pack, so he can get that boosted gather rate in ASAP. Meanwhile here, the Lord is likely to fall.
He's getting poked down further and further. Lord is going down.
Yeah, they're so slow at the end of the day, right? Like a man-at-arm. So once they get out of position and caught, they fall quite easily if you're able to get a few units around them. So many hobbler on the field though. Spearman count not looking too bad. A bit surprising to see archers added in now from MarineLorD. I guess he maybe expects spearmen, but I guess it's good for the lords, right?
Yeah, I mean, not just against the lords, but just in general, like you're expecting your opponent to add in some other type of unit, and archers is really like the only unit that MarineLorD's missing for a triple unit competition. So he's gonna be ready for anything that he could possibly throw at him. And we also know MarineLorD as the Archer Lord, right? So it wouldn't be MarineLorD if he wouldn't make archers.
Wise words indeed. Triple Lord on the field now, the 4th one is in queue, but they're not quite here on the front line yet, so he's apprehensive to take an engagement here. I mean, not only because of the spears, but you don't have the maximal value from the health just yet. But MarineLorD has access to these deer now, right? There's plenty of deer now underneath that TC to last a good while, so the pump is fully underway now. That oppressive Chinese unit pump that we're very much used to seeing by now, when they get through, that is. Looks like secondary village being added now, extending the pop here for MarineLorD village. Fantastic value to be gained from it.
You know what? Still got so much food to play with here behind this. Got a lot of gear right now. He just needs to somehow keep controlling this area. It's difficult. We're getting the yeoman in now. Could be.
Yeoman.
Going to be enough that 3 lords in the dream.
4th one about to arrive now as well for him. The yeoman definitely stronger than normal archers, but significantly with the Yeoman is they are the most expensive archer unit in the game. And affording them in Feudal Age, easier said than done here. B looking to wrap around, he's going to trap the scouts, but the Lords are under heavy fire here from the archers and the spearmen surrounding them as well. MarineLorD is going to protect the scouts. The spearmen are there to meet the Hobblears and get a few of them down. One of the Lord's falls, two of the Hobblears falls. But MarineLorD's mass is also dwindling behind this. Not enough yeomen here on the front line just yet to really control this spearman mass. Meanwhile, MarineLorD doing a great job of focus firing the yeomen here. Not really focused on the Lords. One of them is also... the second one is going to go down here, 100%. Just one more volley needed. There it goes.
Just so many Hobblears and not nearly enough yeomen.
Yeah, the yeomen...
The Hobblears just aren't able to fight at all into this many spearmen.
It did feel like the yeoman came in just a little bit late here for B potentially. I mean, again, like we don't have economic upgrades from him, right? So the turnaround time just wasn't really there as he needed it. Really focusing on just getting as many units out ASAP and getting the timing on the upgrades, but didn't quite pay off for him. He's gonna look for a dive instead. MarineLorD does notice in time. Now the Hobblears, they don't do that much damage here, so it's not really easy to kill villages in this position, especially when a supervised barracks is producing spearmen at this point in time. Yeah, looks like all the Hobblears will fall and no economic damage is dealt.
At most it's some idle time, but that's not really
not quite enough
at all. Yeah. The 3 manners are still nice, right, to have, but they're kind of losing the win condition, and now MarineLorD, he's just going to be able to age up. Imperial Palace is going to be coming in B. He's so far away from Castle Age. There's just no way for him to hit Castle Age even within the next, like, 2 minutes if he was, like, completely untouched.
It's a real problem, right? I mean, not only is he behind in army, significantly at that, but now he's going to be behind the whole age, and, you know, I'm always an optimist, or I try to be, at least, but I failed to see the path to victory here for B in this game. Warlords are on the field again, but MarineLorD has reached the Castle Age. Upgrades coming in quick time already. The veterancy on the archers normally taking so long, but with the supervision is halfway complete.
Running in forward again. First one is going to be going down. He finally starting to be able to like take some better trades. It's just so late. If only he had gone for the yeoman a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's what we'd have loved to see. Not quite. The Grand Theft Venison is on the way here, and the short bows will prevent that from happening in the short term, but, you know, to what end, really? Flash comes in at the front, veterancy is in on the archers. There's a good mass here from B, courtesy of the MarineLorD age up, but really, I mean, it's just further and further investment here from B. He kind of has to, really, to keep MarineLorD in his base, but it's a ticking time bomb at the end of the day.
Once again, first lord goes down, second one follows. Now with the veterancy in on the archers, they just dropped like flies. That's all the lord's gone now. Hobblears still remaining. There aren't that many spearmen though anymore. Suddenly the Hobblears, for the first time in the game, are able to connect to the archers. And suddenly B has more military out, but there's still units that he just doesn't really have an answer to. Mainly the Lancers now that are going to be coming in. These have just only been afforded with tactics, by the way. He wasn't on gold for like the last minute, then yeah. The Lancers came out just only with tactics.
And you can see there, I mean, 300 gold per minute purely through taxes is definitely quite interesting, but the writing has been on the wall for several minutes now, and B taps out, gives over. MarineLorD takes the sweep here with a 3-0 victory up against B. Some very close games here, especially that game number 1 and game number 2. This one started decently for B as well, controlling the deer, but I mean, at the end of the day, we talk about how strong Lancaster is now. That's undeniable. China, however, we can probably all agree still it reigns supreme.
Yeah, China, it's definitely one of the pieces in the game. Honestly, though, I want to say, like, House of Lancaster did look normal there in this one. Like, it's definitely still a very, very strong civilization, House of Lancaster, and they can fight toe-to-toe up against China. I'm just surprised that we went to like 20 Hobblars before seeing the first yeoman. That was like one of the things where it's like, okay, he's tried something, he had it figured out in practice, he tried to implement it here, it did not end up working out this time around. Maybe the next time, maybe never. We'll have to wait and see how this one's gonna evolve. I think this strategy needs to maybe cook a little bit longer.
Yeah, for sure. It's quite matchup dependent, a little bit map dependent as well. And there's quite a bit of variance in the ways you can play it. It's always based around those lords and the Hobbler, but quite often you need a secondary unit quite early on, which was the case here, but just not fast enough here for B.
MarineLorD, he played this quite clever, right? Like with a lot of spearmen very early on, and just not underestimating the Lords of Lancaster, not underestimating the Lords of Lancaster and the Hobbler. So yeah, in the end, worked out quite well.
It did indeed. I mean, once these Hobblers get surrounded, the Lords get surrounded. Interesting note here, I think, that we haven't talked about, which is actually, I think, really smart here from MarineLorD, is that Blue Marine. I mean, with so many spearmen, right? I mean, you know, it doesn't make a real big difference against the Hobbler. So much bonus damage anyway. 1 damage is not much, but against these Lords, I think, as you surround them with the spears, it really, really adds up quickly.
It does. It does. All right, I believe that we should also be working on getting an interview here with MarineLorD. Just a little bit. I was told to be bringing my cat. I have brought my cat with me.
There he is. The one and only.
Ryan. The one and only. We're going to be doing like a cat interview here from cat to cat. Because MarineLorD does have his cat there as well, I've been told.
2 super villains petting their cats.
What's the cat's opinion on the game here so far? He says he was very confused by the Archipelago game, but he was overall entertained.
How could he not? He looks pretty content right now. Oh, speaking of cats.
EGC's just getting invaded by cats here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the winner of this set, MarineLorD. There he is, MarineLorD and Potato. Congratulations on your victory. How are you feeling after that one? It was an interesting set, to say the least. Do we have audio? I think we're missing audio.
He's pretty good at that, I think. Sorry?
There we go. Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. That should be fine normally. I was saying, yeah, pretty hard matchups, and I think B is pretty good. So when you have some crazy maps against B, it's always a tough fight, I think. So I'm pretty happy about it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I won 3-0, right? So it's all good, but maybe the games were a little bit too close, especially the first one, I think.
Yeah, that was an incredible game, I want to say. It was definitely one of those situations where we definitely did feel the fatigue that can set in on water maps towards the end, right? Like, it's also a very interesting dynamic because it's so much unlike normal maps when the wood suddenly starts running out and you're getting put into these kind of situations that you just don't typically get on normal land maps, and suddenly civilizations get a whole new set of wind conditions, and we're looking at the guild one, we're like, is there maybe a chance that B could still come back in this one? And water was a crazy back and forth. Definitely an interesting one. MarineLorD, I already asked this Vortex from the last set, but I do want to get your opinion in on this as well. What do you make of the current meta, and how well do you think that you can do in this one? Because Vortex said that this one is like, this meta at the moment screams Louis MT. How do you think you do in this one?
I don't really care about the meta, I just play my way and I win most of the time. But I don't think that's necessarily good for Louis. I think it's more good for Vortex. I think it's just aggressive overall. I don't think cavalry sieves are that good. I think you have a lot of tough matchup. But maybe it means because like Ottoman is pretty good. Most sieves that Louis plays are pretty good. So maybe it's decent for him, but I don't think it's like insanely good for him. And we have some water maps too. So Louis doesn't really like them, so I'm not sure. But he played well today, so we will see, right? We'll see.
Interesting. I want to get your opinion quickly on the second game that you played versus B here today. That was the Japan-Ottoman game. That was quite an interesting one. Like, you immediately went for the Dark Age pressure. We used to have a lot of like these kind of like Dark Age hybrid map, Dark Age engagements before on Canal. Is that something that you think is like returning? Because I feel like for the longest time, players were just not like investing into Dark Age in order to deny like shoreline fish.
I think we used to not focus as much on spear sieves, because like obviously now we played Ottoman and Japanese, so you have bonus on barracks for, bonus on barracks for both of them, and then you have, you can just make spears easier, right? It's the same with HRE, you have a very good economy at the start, so you can go for spears very easily. I think back in the day we weren't going for only spears sieves on this kind of map. I still think we can can see China and Zushi here, for example, that don't really play spears. But yeah, I feel like we didn't choose to play the meta like that, and it was probably a mistake. But at the same time, you have some tricky sieves, like Agubit, for example. You can probably go dock into the advancement wing on this map if you want to counter a spear rush. So you still have a lot of options to defend a dock. So it depends what's the matchup, but same for Delhi, right? You go Delhi, you can go fish and you can't really lose your dock. But yeah, I think on this kind of map you will mostly see a lot of spears sieves, just like on Frisian March, because you tend to go like dock rush, and if you have nothing to punish a dock rush, it's pretty bad. So you either play something like, as I said, Japanese, Ottoman, HRE, and then you obviously have the strong sieves like Malians that are very good overall. Templar is pretty good on hybrid map, but Templar is mostly banned because we pick water maps, obviously, and it's very broken on those maps. But yeah.
This question about the last game. That was obviously like a bit of a weird implementation, I want to say, from B on the House of Lancaster, like Abbey all-in aggression build. Have you seen like the Abbey of Kings, House of Lancaster all-in aggression build like in your practice game so far? And what do you make of it at the moment? Because I've encountered it personally like on ladder quite a bunch of times, and I think at the moment it's probably like the strongest feudal age build in the game.
I mean, we don't have any feudal all-in except for French, so I would agree, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really dependent on matchups. I think some very strong sieves can deal with it. But I think if you go for like the lower half of the sieve pool, I think they just stand no chance because it's just too strong of a push. But yeah, if you have like broken sieves, like China, Byzantine can deal with it, maybe. Rus, Zushi, maybe even HRE, I'm not sure. But you have a few sieves that can actually deal against this push. But it's obviously like very, very strong. You have so many variations of it. You can go like 3 manors or 0 manors. You can go mass king instantly. You can go mass oblar instantly. You can go for fast spears yeoman. So you have to scout properly and you just make the counter pretty much. So this time I saw he was very light on gold. So I knew it was the version where he would make most likely spears and oblars. But I guess when I left his base, he went for more on gold because he only made oblars in the end. But I was not expecting a lot of kings with this plan, like with this economy. And I could have been wrong, obviously, since it looked like it changed the way the economy worked when I left with my scouts. But yeah, you just have to scout. If you see a lot of oblars, you produce a lot of spears, which is very easy with China. Very easy to do, because you can double produce. And if you make king, you can go more into horseman and archer. If you make human, you can go more into horseman. So you just have to really counter what's coming while you go pro scouts. And then if you play very, very well, you have a 50-50 game kinda, which is why I think it's broken. Because it's not really an all-in. You can just pressure a lot. And if you want to go castle, you go castle and you're all good. Yeah.
It is quite strong. Okay, wrapping this up, I just have one last question for you, MarineLorD, before I release you into the night. And that is, from all the players and of course from all your practice, at the moment, you are probably by far the uncontested #1 in Age of Empires 4. Do you think, for this tournament, from your practice games, is there somebody that you have to really respect, that you have to be afraid of in these oncoming games that are coming on?
I mean, not more than usually, but it's the same as usual, right? You have a lot of names like Wham, Pevipo are good. Anoton is pretty good, but I think Anoton, he looked pretty bad 2 weeks ago, and now he's looking decent again. So good for him. And obviously, who did I forget? Louis, Lucifron, Vortix. I mean, everyone is pretty good. But I'm not really worried because it's double elim. So I don't really stress when there is double elim. If I lose, it's just that I'm terrible. If I lose twice. If I lose only once and you're out, it's kinda scary. But when you have a double elim, it's very chill for me. I can just play and have fun.
I see. Alright, thank you, MarineLorD. Once again, congratulations for your victory over B today, and we'll be seeing plenty more of you in the future. Have a good night.
Yeah. Bye-bye.